Fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. I do believe we have an honored guest. My name is Kristi, and I have a secret to tell you. I've been waiting for this moment. It was probably in 1997 when I first realized that I was acquiring a fear of public speaking. And you're saying, how do you acquire a fear? Well, you do. It goes something like this. In 1990, I used to teach an economics class at the university I attended. There was about 70, probably 75 students in there. And it was hard, but it was doable. It's okay. Mid-90s, I'm now a product manager in the high-tech industry, and I started realizing I am avoiding presentations at all costs. I don't want to do presentations, but I had to do presentations. And if I did, I got so anxious, I got physically ill, and I lose sleep every time for a full night. Fast forward to 2006. Here I am. I opened my own business. It's a fairly unique business. I counsel people on creating plans for death and disability. Well, that type of business demands that I educate my public. And so I had this little issue of educating my public. So when I opened my business in 2006, I started receiving a lot of invitations to do public speaking to groups to talk about what I do and how do you plan for death and disability. The pressure was mounting for me to have to deliver these speeches, and I was no more going to go and answer one of those invitations than I was going to jump out of a plane with a parachute on my back. I have a big issue. I had to create some kind of solution for this issue. So being the good little entrepreneur I am, I started seeking solutions. So what came up? I found the Austin Toastmasters. This is a great group. However, I made every excuse in the world not to go in these doors. I couldn't get in the door. So now I had another challenge. What was I going to do to get in the door to join the club? One morning I woke up, and it was a Thursday morning, and I remember this very vividly. The first thing that popped into my head was, I wonder if a hypnotist could help me out with this. So I started Googling hypnotist in the Austin area. And there's quite a few hypnotists here in the Austin area. So I found one that could help me with this issue, called her up, had a good talk, made an appointment for Monday. I knew nothing about hypnotism, yet I needed to overcome this fear of having more than 2 eyeballs on me at one given time. So I went to my appointment on Monday. It was a 2-hour session. Laura, I call her the goddess of brain control. She interviewed me exclusively, very tightly, for about an hour and a half. We talked about every emotion you go through when you get up and do public speaking. We talked about all the angles, the emotions, what physically happens to you when you get up and do public speaking. We did that for an hour and a half. Then 30-minute session of hypnosis kicked in. Now, has anybody here ever done any hypnosis? Oh my goodness, really? I thought I'll be the only person that did this. So, if you haven't done it, it's a really fairly odd experience. Laura had put these big glasses on me. They're the big dark, sunglasses that you have like when people have eye surgery. Put those on. They have these little green lights that kind of flicker back and forth. And then you put on these big headset. And she talks to you through this headset. And there's a little music playing. There's a little, background sounds, that kind of thing. So you kick back. You lay back on the Chase Lounge. And she takes you through a world of exercises, mental exercises. She records every session. She gives you a CD and tells you to listen to this 3 times a day until your next session. Well, I was really bad, so I signed up for 5 sessions. And I must say, when I left the office, I was so relaxed. Boy, was I relaxed. More relaxed than I've been in a long time. I was so relaxed, I sat through a green light. And only realized it when I heard everybody honking, and it snapped me out of my relaxed mode. So then I knew there was more to this than meets the eye. So that was Monday. Tuesday came. That Tuesday night was my first night here at Austin Toastmasters. I was a guest. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was, I believe it was Elizabeth Kovala was doing the table topics, and there weren't enough people to do it. So she was looking for volunteers. And my hand just sprung up, and I went, okay, here we go. Not only did I make it in the door, I volunteered to do table topics, and I won a blue ribbon. Holy cow, this stuff works. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. This was great. It's a complete change in my operation. So the next 4 sessions that I went to my little hypnosis thing was just the way it always is. Essentially what they do is they take an emotional and physical response that you don't want to have, and they replace it with a more positive one. It's a really awesome thing. To date, I'm on my 3rd Toastmaster speech, and I haven't freaked out. That's a good thing. And I'm very happy to report, as of last week, I had to make a very big presentation for me to a private party at Sullivan's. It was about 25 minutes long. I didn't use any notes. And thanks to a little coaching from Scotty Birch, who helped me tremendously, I delivered a whopping good speech. It did everything it was supposed to do. I gained a few new clients. I increased the awareness of my business and what I do, and I have a lot more confidence than I had way before I went in there. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. So if you come across people who can't quite make it into the Toastmasters, don't be snooty. Casually suggest they try a little hypnosis. Little Austin's Toastmasters. It goes a long way. Thank you.